He's 92 years old! 92! This is disgraceful! Disgraceful!
We are honoured to call Eric Levy our brother and comrade. We knew him as a passionate campaigner for justice. He played a prominent part in our campaigns since 2014. As an ardent anti-Zionist Jew, he was particularly dedicated to the cause of Palestine. He had visited Palestine and seen firsthand how Israeli apartheid was destroying Palestinian lives, how the indigenous Palestinians were being ethnically cleansed from their land to make way for white European colonists. He was at the forefront of our campaigns for Palestinian rights, including the campaigns against G4S and HP for complicity in torture of children.
Arafat Jaradat, a 30-year-old Palestinian father of 2 young children, died on September 23rd after being savagely tortured for 5 days by Israel's secret police, Shin Bet.
Adidas and Puma for complicity in ethnic cleansing and illegal settlements. De Beers for peddling Israeli blood diamonds.
The human rights violations where blood diamonds are bankrolling is not limited to Africa. Today, De Beers is bankrolling apartheid in Palestine.
And the campaign for the release of Palestinian political prisoners tortured in Israeli dungeons.
Last year, in 2018, 3,255 Palestinian children were abducted and caged by Israel. That's one Palestinian child taken from their family every 3 hours. Shocking.
But he was not limited to one cause. Wherever he saw injustice, he threw himself into the struggle on the side of the oppressed. He opposed the invasion of Iraq and travelled to Iraq as a human shield. He opposed the Saudi genocidal war in Yemen and campaigned for the release of Bahraini political prisoners.
In Bahrain, to be in front of torturers, to be herself subjected to the most act of torture, where she was herself threatened to be ending up in a prison. She was threatened that they would be killing her son.
And for the release of Sheikh Zakzaki, caged by the brutal Nigerian regime.
We are outside the Nigerian High Commission in London today to demand the immediate and unconditional freedom of Sheikh Ibrahim al-Zakzaki.
And perhaps what he is best remembered for, he ardently campaigned for the release of the journalist Julian Assange in the UK.
We are here to say no extradition to the United States, no rendition to the United States, and we demand Julian Assange is immediate and unconditional release.
Mindful of his age and frailty, we purposely didn't invite him to guerrilla projections, but there was no stopping him attend the Malcolm X Remembrance projection in Brixton on a bitterly cold February night. He had particular affinity to the cause of black liberation. Eric was arrested several times, both for blocking Israeli armaments and for protesting Assange's unfair extradition hearings. We were awed and inspired by his bravery and dedication. Eric was a person with no ego. His only focus was the struggle. For many years he wouldn't even tell us his age in case it might lead to preferential treatment. Although he was a person of very modest means, yet he would refuse even the smallest of gifts unless everyone was receiving it. He was a very caring person, always looking out for the more vulnerable members. Eric was particularly mindful that indigenous voices in the struggle were allowed to flourish. We were truly privileged to have known Eric. His dream was to continue the struggle for justice till his last breath. In fulfilling his dream, in his death at age 94, he has shown us how to live how to live a life worth living, an inspiration for generations to come. We will miss you, Eric.